Hey everybody, welcome back to Dungeon Maker here on the World of Madness server. So, fair bit has happened, not necessarily around here since my rescue by the rescue team of Sneaky Magoozle, 8-Bit Monkey, and of course Pikachu. Someone in the comments of the last video pointed out that there was somewhat of a varying degree of competence to my rescue team, and arguments can certainly be made. But anyways, the biggest thing that happened is that we went over to the actual quarry site and had a bit of a PvP match, which is an interesting idea. I might look into installing that as like a proper thing over by the quarry. But Monkey also gave me an idea, which was for the button that was down here to open up this pit, if we actually had to shoot an arrow at the top of the obelisk to open it. So I have absolutely no idea if I'll manage this, but let's see if I can cheat slightly. I usually try and aim from the top of the pyramid, but that's a fairly tricky shot, and I am not good at archery, so let's see if I can hit this. About there. Oh, if that is not a hit, I was going to say eat my hat, but no, I'll never eat my hat. Okay, have I? Yes, I have. Perfect. So yeah, you hit the buttons up there. Inside there is a dropper. The dropper plummets an item. There's like 9 stacks of cobblestone in there because I have plenty of it. Onto a pressure plate. And then we'll go see the redstone wiring for that now. So let me see if I just hop down here. Go into this old room, which I've slightly tooled up a little bit. I'll explain everything that we're running past in a moment. So it comes down onto a pressure plate, which is here, which sends a short pulse using this piston, which I guess if you had like more than one person in your party, you could have somebody stood near the obelisk to try and hear the piston going off, because that's a clear sign that it's worked. Alternatively, they could just be standing inside of the place. Above there, of course, is our nether portal, but the pulse comes down here, and this is a really simple, really old D-latch, otherwise known as a memory circuit. You push the button on one side, it opens, push the button on the other side, it closes, and that's the only way it goes. And that then feeds directly into our system here, so the power is off, so consequently, nothing happening. Good. But I also added another system. So up near the top there we saw the yellow glass. So if we look down the yellow glass on the left-hand side from the door, I never get these letters put away, do I? Jeez. We can see down here is an inverted daylight sensor, and there's a comparator coming off of that. So with that, whenever it hits to right around the time when you can sleep in a bed, this little circuit over here finally is able to fully output power, causing the system to trigger here, which means that the thing flips and the trapdoor closes. So it closes at night and it is only openable during the day, which I find quite nice. So yeah, if we hang around for long enough, we'll see that actually close. But it does work. I can vouch for that much. Anyways, and oh hey, it's actually getting dark right now. So I'm just going to talk here for a minute, and we can watch this thing happen. So yeah. Anyways, I have been doing a ton of work over at the Ocean Monument. I have managed to locate and contain all 3 of the Guardians, Prima, Secunda, and Tertia. I got their names wrong horribly with our last video. And the plan today is that we're going to take Prima and move her away from the actual Ocean Monument. Perfect. Nice. So that A, I can work on the monument more, and also I then have Prima just waiting to go wherever I want to stick her. This is not necessarily the easiest of things in the world to do, and I would ordinarily time-lapse it, but I think you'll enjoy watching me struggle with it instead. So, we'll hop in a boat, we'll head over, and we'll see what's going on over at the Ocean Monument. Sailing, sailing, sailing the ocean free. And the face of my terror is there. Okay, so I've done a lot with sand to just try and box up the actual temple, the monument rather, because Guardians only spawn within the area of that building. So if you actually box it in with sand like this, and I even had a little smart piston to help me out, you can ensure that they don't bother you anywhere else, as we're no doubt about to see. because they're gonna start shooting at me, I'm positively certain. Yep, I can see one of them's firing at me right now. Yep. Okay. So in here is Prima. Now, I managed to rescue about 28 blocks of sponge. So I have pretty much entirely cleared this place out of water now. So, yeah. We've got Tertia there. Well, that's Prima up there, Secunda and Tertia, and yep, there we go. That's the big problem. But when you're only placing blocks, you don't actually need to worry about mining fatigue very much. And there is now, to the best of my knowledge, nowhere inside of this monument where a Guardian can spawn, because there is no water. But they don't die out of water, so the sisters are perfectly fine. So, we need, first of all, to give Prima her name. Where are you, Prima? There we go. Prima has been named. Won't despawn either way, but it's nice to have that name tag on them just so that people know that they're actually meant to be around and whatnot, and they're not some weird aberration. But, we now need to build a route with a minecart that can take Prima up to the surface so that I can run a rail line out pretty much towards the east so that we don't go towards the temple where we're still building, and we also take them very much far away from their current habitat. But yeah, I have 3 different Elder Guardians, ooh, nice shot, now, which I can use for whatever end I should wish. So yeah, there's half of my sponges. I think there's usually around 30, but I might have lost 1 or 2 in the course of about the 3 extra deaths I more or less racked up in the course of this whole process. And my pickaxe is nearly broken as well. That's gonna suck. But anyways, otherwise, this is a fairly standard process. You just build a rail line down to where you want, down to where the object of your fascination is. I think I might be able... But the real big trouble here, I think, is going to be the fact that Prima will suffocate if I move them too close to solid blocks. So, need to be careful of that. Also, Bessie, can I have a little milk? Thank you very much. Ah, that... I swear she waits for that one. Swear it. Okay, so I want to try and keep at least 2 blocks. Honestly, from, like, just the process of containing them, it looks like they have a pretty relaxed, like, range around them for how much it takes to suffocate them. But, nonetheless, I would rather not risk suffocating her, especially since there's a limited number of ocean monuments per seed. So, consequently, I have 3 of the rarest creatures in the game right now. Like, if I killed all 3 of them, they will not respawn. They will be gone forever from the world. Which is also another reason that I kind of want to keep them safe. And honestly, when you kill them, you get a bit of sponge, I think it is, but that's ultimately not worth it. Like, that's not worth killing them. I think there's like 3 ocean monuments, which means there's a grand total of 9 Elder Guardians in the world. So, I don't particularly want to get rid of her. I just want to put her to work in my dungeon. That kind of almost sounds worse, doesn't it? Yes. Okay. Well, let's see if we can block you in just a little bit more. By aiming right about there. Thank you. Yeah, so that's about a 2x2, I think. There we go. Another one. Yeah. She can fit into a remarkably small space, it seems. Which is fine by me, because I could use it being as small as possible. And if this ends up being a 2x2 or smaller, then magnificent. Oh, there we go again. That is going to be the main problem of doing this. But, thankfully we have Bessie up here. Whoop, didn't mean to put that. Okay, so... just make the confines as small as we possibly can, and that looks like a 3x3. but I swear we can get it smaller. But it doesn't really matter how much, because as long as we have enough space to move her, we're good. Excuse me. That will hurt me, by the way. That's one of the other major issue of doing this whole thing is that the Guardians have laser attacks, and those laser attacks sort of slightly bypass your armor. So, consequently, you have to deal with that. And if you have Depth Strider, it's a bit easier, but I don't. And it doesn't really matter what level your armor is at, it's going to break through it eventually, I guess. So yeah, that's currently a 3x2, so let's see if we can slot another block there. Yes, we can. Okay, so it would seem to be that the Elder Guardians are 2x2. I'll even try and slot in a third block just to make sure we can't get it any smaller. I'm trying very hard not to punch you by accident, Prima, so I apologize if that happens anyways. Your confines are getting quite small now, aren't they? Okay. There we go. That seems to be as small as it'll get. Can't place a block there, can't place a block. Yeah, so the Guardians are 2x2 by 3, apparently. Unless that's because they're jumping a lot. Okay. So just put a few blocks there. Grab that one. Okay, right. So first things first, get her into a minecart. And there's a fairly standard old trick for that, but the problem that we're going to have is I'm not carrying any form of shovel, and as soon as we get her into the minecart, she's probably going to be inside the wall. So we want to try and get to a position where we can quickly break down the wall, and also, slight problem, she's going to be trying to kill us at every turn. There's a couple blocks of gold. I guess I might as well use these. I'll radiate them from here. Ooh, but I don't have any... Oh, I do have some sticks. Okay, good. So let's... remember that I don't have a crafting table over here. Drat. Okay. Give me a moment and I'll see what I can fix up. Okay, right. So, thankfully, there's actually like an abandoned mineshaft right underneath this monument, so I just went down there, grabbed a few pieces of wood, and now we have a crafting table. So with that, I can make an actual shovel. Plonk you there. There. Golden spade. I hope you're happy, Prima. I would sleep as well. I know it's going to get dark soon, but unfortunately, having these three here means I can't sleep here. Which means I'm probably going to have to, at some point in the near future, actually put my my bed somewhere else. Because if these three are riding around near the monument, it's going to get kind of tricky to do stuff there. But, anyways, let's get ourselves a fresh bucket on the bar. Do a little bit of renovation here, just so we have the minimum number of blocks to worry about when Prima goes in. I should say if and when Prima goes in, but I really hope it's a when. Whoop. Ow. Yep, that happens a lot. I don't know why I kept digging so many holes in the floor, but I did. Okay, yeah, that should be almost at least all the blocks that we can get rid of. Okay, Prima, get ready for a ride. So we need a rail, and probably want to bring this around, just to send you on a little spin first off. Hello, how are you? Doop, doop, doop. Doop, doop. Don't want to move it any closer than that. I think these should be enough. Okay, so I can tell you now, this is going to hurt quite a bit. Because Prima is a little bit angry with me, and I honestly can kind of see why. Because I'm about to kidnap you for the most part. So, we drink our milk. We're actually kind of low on milk, which is worrying. Shove that. Oh, are you... No, you appear to be in the minecart. Very good. Ow. Okay. So now we have an Elder Guardian in a minecart. Progress is made. So glad to have you here for this, Bessie. So now we can also get rid of this top layer, which is probably going to result in me getting shot at a lot, but oh well. Needs must. Because this is going to cause problems for Prima when we try and take you out of here. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Phew. Thankfully, as long as you have one little tower, this won't do anything to you. So that's something good. Right. Now, we need to build a path up that reliably will not cause Prima to be in this, like, in the wall. Because we saw that Prima took a little bit of damage. We were expecting that. But I don't know off the top of my head how much damage she can take. Which means I might need to start brewing up some health potions. Don't mind me, Prima, don't mind me. But onwards and upwards. Now, I don't believe there is any chance in heck of me getting Prima out of here before this video is over. So, hope you've enjoyed this little step. I will finish up capturing Prima in the next episode. And, oh boy, this is gonna hurt like heck. But it'll be worth it in the end. So, with that, hope you've all enjoyed. And I will see you all next time.